Oregon Walks understands walking or using a mobility device is important to people for all sorts of reasons. For some folks, walking is about staying healthy. Walking is about getting safely around town. Walking is about combating climate change. Walking is about challenging injustice. Whatever reason you walk or use a mobility device, Oregon Walks is here to listen, learn, and fight with you for equitable, safe, and accessible walking conditions.
I like walking because it's a healthy activity that keeps me moving.
It's a way of getting around that everybody can use. It's free and it's carbon neutral.
It allows for families, individuals, and community to access everyday destinations like schools, churches, parks, grocery stores safely.
It's just good for our health. It's good for us to get out and about and utilize our bodies in a time, especially in this time of COVID, where we all know we're stuck and cooped up in the house.
I've been a part of Oregon Walks for 4 years now, and Oregon Walks has made big strides since I first joined the organization in terms of focusing the work that we do on equity.
It's important to center the voices of our Black and African immigrants, as well as communities of color, when we're making decisions, because these communities are bearing the burden of disinvestment that have existed for centuries and generations within our multiple systems across the board.
There are parts of Portland, especially the older, closer in parts of town, where walking is both easier and safer. And those parts of town are also the parts of town where people tend to have more money and people tend to be more white.
Development, again, was focused on city center, right? East County was annexed, but when it was annexed, they didn't annex all of the services.
In those places, walking just isn't as safe.
But you come out in East County and you still have gravel roads and cars parked on the side of it.
We also recognize that within our reach population, that being Black or being African is not a risk factor, right? That it's really about the lack of investment, the lack of investment, the lack of intentional outreach within our community that have contributed to the long-standing disparities that exist.
Who does this project benefit? Who does this project harm? Where is the money coming from? Those are really questions that we need to ask in all our transportation-related projects.
There's no way for children to get to school safely because the sidewalk and walking infrastructure does not exist.
And that makes it hard for everybody to get to the places they need to go, especially if they're low income and can't afford to have a car. We are developing a new matrix to use when we evaluate plans and projects that local governments are putting together that relate to walking.
So it remains more imperative of the REACH work to center the lived experience of our community members and empower them to speak their truth, to leverage their voice, to advocate for policy systems change that embeds and centers safety and equity as they advocate for the necessary resources that they need.
We're at a point now where they are starting to put eyes on it, but at this point it's kind of late. I'm not saying that we don't want the help, but it's late. And we're gonna need not only the bare minimum to get to where we're going, but we're gonna need an overhaul, a robust transportation package like the one in the fall that needs to pass, that is going to help mitigate and have solutions to those problems.
I'm inspired, recognizing and understanding the connection of people who look like me to earth and to environment, and reclaiming my space that I belong and I can make that choice within my household to walk, bike, hike, and also ensure that I bring my 12-year-old Black son who enjoys being in the outdoors.
We don't know what tomorrow will bring. We do know that we will face challenges together. At Oregon Walks, we believe walking is a tool for physical, climate, transportation, social justice. yesterday, today, tomorrow. Oregon Walks protects your right to roam. Walk with us.